Hi everyone, welcome. I'm going to do a watercolor video today. So this is going to be out of A Million Magical Creatures. And I did a flip through and said that I was thinking about doing some Crayola watercolors in here, and a couple people were interested in seeing how that worked. So I decided I would go ahead and do that. Originally, I was going to do this page and I was going to do it in some blues and greens and, like, you know, a watery background. But because so many people are interested in kind of seeing how the Crayola watercolors worked, I'm going to do this one, and I'm going to do kind of a rainbow so that you can see all the colors, how they blend, all that good stuff that is important. So, side note, the Crayolas I am using are pastel. These are a lot less translucent than the plain original watercolors. Even if you add lots of water, they're still fairly opaque. So you can buy these. I don't know if they come single or not, but I do know that you can buy them in like a deluxe pack for $10 on Amazon with the other sets. I stole mine off the front of my daughter's coloring book that she got for Easter, and just to try them out, and I really liked them, so I haven't bought any more yet, but I will be. But that is where I got mine to try them out. So if you see coloring books with these little strips of Crayola paint to the front, it is a good way to go. Okay, so to start with, I already got mine wet. I do like mine a little thicker. A lot of people really water down their watercolors, which is fine. It depends on the look and the brightness you're going for. But for one, because I'm doing it on video, and for two, it's just a background, I'm gonna really go for some bright here. One sec, I forgot my safety paper behind my pages here. The other thing is, there are lots of ways to do watercolors, so if this is not the same as yours, just remember, I do things lots of different ways depending on the effect I'm going for. You can wet the paper first and put your watercolor down on top of that if you're looking for more of like an actual watercolor blotchy feel. This one, I'm gonna just go straight with the watercolor because I kind of want to show you how well they blend and the colors and things. So I'm going to start off with purple because I don't actually have a blue in this set, and I'm going to try to be careful not to get these images, but the good thing about it is you can color right over it, so it's not like a super big deal. And I'm just kind of going about the length of my brush here, and it probably will take a couple coats depending on what you're going for, but okay. And then I'm gonna go into my reddy pinkish color, and so you will see that I have a line there. Once I kind of get them laid down, make sure everything adds up the way I want it to, then I can come back with a little purple and just kind of, you know, blend it out, just like that. So I'm not too worried about streaks or lines or anything like that just yet. I'm just putting them down. Oh, I guess I could slide down a little bit. I'm actually going to pull you in a little closer. Hold on one second. Okay, I feel like you're a little closer now. So also, because I am going from like the purple to the red to the orange, I'm not cleaning off my brush, because that just kind of helps my colors blend together anyway. If I were jumping from different colors far from each other, like orange to blue or something, I would clean my brush. And as you can see, I am not very good at missing the designs on the page, but that's okay. I'm going to go yellow. Go right over the top of the words because I'm not worried about it. You can see right through it. green. It is a little bit time consuming when you have things to dodge, but I think the effect is well worth it. I really like the nice rainbow effect. I think I forgot my yellow down here, so I'm just going to add a little yellow. So it's all going to blend together anyway, so it don't really matter a whole lot. Just kind of want to keep it with my streaks here so we don't lose the effects. Okay, and my green is a little light, so I'm going to, and again, once it dries, if you need to go add another layer, that is doable. Done as much as you want. Okay, and then this color is going to be kind of like my blue, acting as my blue, because I don't have an actual blue in this set, and I was going to pull one from another set, but I figured being as I was showing Crayola, I should probably just stick with Crayola for this one. Just pulling that over a little down here. Bring a little bit of that line there. Don't want a harsh line. Okay, from here will be your choice whether you want to go back to the light green to the purple, or if you want to mix your purple, so you can go, right on camera here, you can go green to purple. Clean a lot. I got a lot more green on there than I needed. So you just kind of want to check your blend before you do that so you know what it'll look like. Or you can go back the other way, and I'm going to go back the other way just for a little bit of fun. So I'm going to clean off my brush a little now that I got all that purple on there, and then I'm going to go back to light green, and it will give you kind of a larger spot of green, but I think it evens out with the page when you get the rest of your colors down. Kind of just blending that streak again. Making sure I get all the way down. Okay, yellow. And if you want a nice bright yellow, I suggest clean your brush off, then dip that yellow. And you'll get that nice bright, so it doesn't look like lime green all the way, which mine kind of still does. So I will probably put another coat of yellow over that spot when it dries a little more, just so I can get some nice yellow in there. Move on to yellow. Okay, orange. Coming down. You can kind of see where the watercolors are gonna need a little more water. Oh, all that work to avoid that, and then I wiped right over the top of it. Okay, and pink. Getting a little more vibrant toward the middle here. Kind of doing that on purpose. I kind of want to draw the attention to the middle of the book. No really rhyme or reason. That was just the plan I had in my head when I started. If I had a focal point, this would probably be a good focal point, but because I'm doing a double page, I would try to center my lighter colors around the focal point and then brighten it toward the edges. Okay, and then there's that purple again. Okay, making sure it's nice and blended. all the way down here. Okay, and then I'm just gonna quickly touch up this orange spot right here because I don't love it. It's a little choppy for mine on this page anyway. Okay, if you got any blending issues. So there is side 1 of Crayola Watercolor Pastel Rainbow Paint. I'm gonna scoot it over a little, and I will let it dry and kind of show you the finished effect. It does not change a whole lot. If you can tell where I just put the color down to where I started, they don't really get real light, they don't dry funny, anything like that, and that is a great bonus with watercolors. Okay, so I'm gonna come right back to pink and start it right in the crack. Now the only thing is, if you do alcohol marker on the other side of this watercolor, that's another thing about not doing a lot of water so it doesn't bleed through the other side of your paper. This is not, it is thick paper, but it will still bleed through if you use a lot of water. But if you use alcohol marker, it will still come through on your watercolor. So just be mindful of that when you are doing your other pages. However, if the watercolor does seep through to the other side a little bit in a couple spots where you might have whipped and did a couple more layers or whatever, pencil usually covers it fairly well. So that's me, sorry. Okay, right to yellow, not cleaning my brush. I do want to try to keep the yellow though. I don't want it to turn all orange. This would be a pretty sunset. Find me a sunset page. Need some watercolor on it. Okay, just wiping off a little because I got some excess orange on there. The thing about, if you aren't careful and like you mix your orange and your green, you are going to get muddy colors. So if you are getting too many colors on a brush at a time, clean it off. It's not a big deal. And I'm going to actually add a little water to these while I put this green down so they can be soaking. Fill in the crack down here. Yellow is definitely the hardest to get to shine through just because it always wants to blend with that green. That's alright, I'm making it work. Okay. Just gonna blend that a little. No harsh lines in the rainbow. If I need to, can add a little of the other green and come back over the edge. And then on this one, because I am kind of right here, I'm just going to do a tiny dot of this green. Tiny dot of green. Using my brush sideways. Sliding all over the place, sorry about that. I try not to take my pages out of the books, so I don't do the whole taping down thing, which would probably be very helpful in cases where I'm trying not to slide everywhere and show things. It's alright, we're gonna rock it. So I'm kind of going away from that green just so my yellow will stand out a little more, and then when I blend I will, like right here, I will bring it together. I really want that yellow to stand out on its own. Okay, cleaning that green off my brush before I go to orange. orange, orange. Okay, again, I will come back and blend out that line in a moment. Trying to get the little spaces here. Alright, and that still looks a little choppier than I want. I have a weird thing with like lines and choppiness. Okay, so then I'm gonna tiny dot of yellow just to blend these together. Just like that. Okay, go to my pinky red. Into that purple. I should have came over a little more on my pink. So just fix that up like that. And then I'm going to put a tiny dot of red down this side, and then I'm going to go to orange to finish it off. And I'm going to do it quickly while it's all wet because I want the end of this page to all be blended. See, it looks more, it's like more salmon than pink now, which is kind of what I wanted. And a little, tried not to kill that chicken, but he was a little bit in my way. All right, and then that is our Crayola rainbow. Questions, comments, anything else you would like to see, let me know. I will tell you if it is in my capabilities or not. So you can kind of see the dry side versus the wet side. Let me pull you back. All right, so there we are. So you can see a little bit of the dry side versus the wet side. As you can see, I got a little over the top, which is why you tape it down, but it's nothing I can't cover, so I'm not too worried. Other than that, other than where I got it on there, it did not bleed through or anything like that, so your page is good to go. Questions, comments, leave them down below, and I will see you next video. Thanks for watching.